in the wiregrass. It's a great important part of our state. I'm just excited about all that y'all have going on here. That's the third time I've been here in 3 weeks, and I've been here in Dale County and Houston, Coffee County, and now back here. I'm glad, as Paul pointed out, I've been able to do things in the overall good environment that we have in Alabama for business to be able to assist the economy here. But ultimately, it boils down to people getting up every morning, going to work, and being responsible and doing the right thing. So, Valerie, I appreciate you letting me be here tonight to address your group. People ask me, why you run for office? And it's real simple. I love this country, and I love this state. We're uniquely positioned as one of the greatest civilizations, the greatest countries in the history of the world. You can't take that for granted. And I believe that it's worth fighting to preserve the American dream, the land of opportunity. As Paul said, I was in a plane crash 10 years ago. I was a businessman, husband, father, had been involved on some boards and some commissions, but I lived through the crash and spent 9 days in the hospital and had numerous friends and family come and visit. I felt like George Bailey. You realize what a wonderful life it is. And I went home and convalesced for about a month, and as I talked to people, I said, I've thought about running for office. My mother, who's always been a Republican, for somebody that's seasoned and getting close to her 80th birthday, that's saying something in the state of Alabama. One of the stories she tells as a young lady is she ran up to her grandmother and said, Eisenhower's been in a landslide. And she said, silly girl, Eisenhower won by a landslide. So I've always been a Republican. I was raised as a Republican. My mother is somebody that loves conservatism, loves the Republican Party, and they always say that sons tend to follow and do things that their mothers would like them to do and to help their mothers be proud. So I'd always thought about running for office, but like a lot of people, applaud all the elected officials here, those that have run, those that are serving, those that have, because it is a tremendous commitment to put yourself out there to the public, and you put yourself on the line. So I put myself out there in 2007 with the help of a lot of friends. It was kind of the beginning of the Tea Party. It was kind of the beginning of this revolution we're in, this political revolution. And I ran against people that had served in office before. Had never run, and ended up getting in a runoff, just similar to what was going on here, because it's a very small turnout. It's a great opportunity to elect a real person, a conservative, to send to Washington, D.C. So I love this country, but I also know that the citizens of Alabama need to elect their next U.S. Senator, not a former governor, not the Washington crowd, but the people of Alabama. And y'all are fortunate we have a strong field in the Republican primary, and y'all, it's blessed to have that. And so y'all will get to discern who y'all think is the best person. And whoever that is, y'all just need to make sure, hopefully we'll get a great turnout on August 15th. Pretty much 100% chance of a runoff, and then the 2 top vote getters will square off on September 26th. So appreciate being here tonight for y'all to consider me. So what do I think are the main issues? It's not real complicated. I think America is built upon the free enterprise system. It's amazing to me that the opposition party in this country would actually almost nominate somebody that proposed socialism. I was raised in the Reagan era. I was the first person I ever voted for. I was a space baby. I was born in 1960, as Paul said, and watched the American exploration of space and the great accomplishments of man to overcome gravity and to be able to send people to the moon and back, bring them back safely. America is great because America is good, and that's the second reason that I want to run, because of responsibility. Liberty requires responsibility. Adam said that our government was designed for a moral and religious people and inadequate to govern any other. So I think it's so important that for 2 things. One, we've got to accentuate free enterprise. It's being from the coast, I can say it's a rising tide that lifts all boats. It's the opportunity for people to realize their potential, reach their potential to take care of themselves and their families. And if I've managed budgets, and it's important, we have to manage, we have to control costs, I'll get into some of that in a little bit, but we have to actually do some things, a lot of things, to make sure that the promises that have been made by the government can be lived up to and sustained. But in order for us to be able to work our way through these deficits and to have the opportunity so people can get jobs, we have to get this economy growing. We have to get it from going from 1.5% to 2% GDP and get it up to 3.5% or 4% GDP. And to do that, we have to look at the rules and regulations that we have. In the state, in the federal government, the federal code was 23,000 pages in 1965. It's over 175,000 pages now. We've got to look at the environmental laws that are there. I'm a conservationist. I believe in a good environment. But ultimately, the best way to have a good environment, in the same way it's the best way to help people that are needy, is to have a good economy. A good economy is critical to everything that we do. And so I think it's important not to only have somebody that gets elected that can vote the right way, but somebody that can actually articulate the moral solitude and fiber of a free enterprise, because you get to vote every day with your money. There are goods and services available that you can actually choose from. And so we have to make sure that we don't only preserve free enterprise now, but make sure that the future generations understand how critical that is to their quality of life and to the things we want to do. As I said, you vote with your money every day, and certain companies emphasize certain aspects of their products, but other things that are important to their model and things that they want to do. So we need a good economy so people will have opportunity.